Unlike contacts, which create a sharing and distribution list just for you, Google Groups can be used to create a sharing or distribution list that anyone at your school or group can use. To access groups, use the Apps menu in your Google Drive and choose Groups. If you're at school, iBoss may block your access to groups right here since there are some public forums that we don't want students participating in. Simply go to a new tab, override iBoss, leave that login window open, and again, use the access path from Google Drive to get into groups. If you need help with bypassing iBoss, just check with your teacher librarian or call the Jeffco service desk. This is your groups landing page. I can view my existing groups or create a new one. Let's use the red Create Group button and make a group for my first period class. Name your group and Google will automatically assign an email address to that group that others can use for sharing. So you might want to keep that in mind when making your group name. I try to make it kind of easier to type and remember. Since my group is just for sharing purposes, I'm going to leave this as an email list. Groups come with a discussion forum that I don't need and don't really want. If you're looking for a discussion board tool, I recommend using Schoology. And so that I don't have to worry about a discussion forming in a group I don't monitor, I'm going to change posting topics to owners only, since that's just me, by deselecting the others. And I'm going to change it so that only users I invite can join my group. Now I am ready to choose Create. The next step is to add members. This pop-up menu is inviting me to do that, so I will choose Invite People to the group. Inviting members will send that person an invitation to join your group, but it puts the responsibility of opening and accepting that invitation on them. My students often don't check their school email and may neglect to respond to the invitation, so I highly recommend using the Direct Add Members option, which immediately puts those you enter right into your group. Now I just need to add my members' names. I can enter names and email addresses one at a time. If you start typing a first or last name, Google quickly pulls names from our Jeffco directory, which is very nice, but it's even faster just to copy or paste in a group of names from a spreadsheet. At the beginning of the year, I have my students fill out a form, looks like this, which asks some basic questions, and I set the form to automatically collect my students' Google usernames as well. To do this, when you are creating your form for Google Drive, just put a check mark in the box at the top of the form editor window, which says automatically collect Jeffco usernames. You can alternately ask students or people to type in their Google usernames, but inevitably someone will type it in incorrectly, so this method yields better results. When you get your form results, you'll have a nice little column of Google usernames that you can simply copy and paste to create your group. Alternately, if you have a list of your students' ID numbers in a spreadsheet form, you can use a quick spreadsheet trick to format them as their Jeffco Google addresses. All of our Jeffco Google addresses end in @jeffcoschools.us, so I'm going to add that to column B. Now I just need to join these two columns together. So I'm going to go to my blank column, hit the equals button to let the spreadsheet know a formula is coming. I will click on the first ID number. Then I will type in the ampersand or and symbol, and then I will click in the cell that has the @jeffcoschools.us, and I'll hit enter on my keyboard. That will join those two sets of data together. I can then copy that formula right on down the column. Once finished, I can highlight my properly formatted values, copy them, go back over to my group, and just paste in the batch that way. Before I click the Add button, I'll do my group members a favor and turn off email subscription options. Again, this group is just to make it easier for me to share documents. Then I'll hit that blue Add button. Most of the ID numbers I copied in just now were completely made up, so you see that I added only 2 real people from our Jeffco directory to my group. Making changes to a group's membership is very easy. Let me back out to the groups landing page to show you how to get here. Click on My Groups. If you don't see the name of your group you just made, refresh your screen or wait a few minutes. Once you see the name of your group, click on it and then choose the Manage option. You can put a check mark by members' names and use the Action button to remove from group, or you can again use that Direct Add option on the left to add more people to your group. Now, when I'm sharing a document, I can just add in one email address, that email address assigned to my group. instead of entering all of the students' or individuals' emails separately. And if, say, I remove a student from my Johnson Period 1 group, they will lose access to any of the documents I've shared with Period 1. I just need to update my group, but I do not need to adjust any of the individual documents that I shared with that group. And unlike contacts, this group email address can be used by others too. So once I've taken the time to set up a group for my school, anyone at my school can use that email address to share documents or websites or anything else with the group. Deleting a group at the end of a semester or term is also very easy. Deleting a group or removing members are two different ways to essentially unshare items if you need to. To delete the entire group, go to My Groups, click on the name of the group, and then Manage. This again is that area to remove individual members, and along the left you'll see an information menu. Visit the information options and find the advanced options. Once there, choose Delete this group. You can also use the gear icon to get to group settings, and again that information area, advanced, delete group. Groups are a great way to facilitate sharing with a group of people that you collaborate with often. They are definitely worth the time invested to set them up.